Hi everybody, welcome back. Now I want to discuss about something very serious, that is a careful driving. Uh, of course, we are all a good driver as long as we follow some certain rules, the road, the country rules and regulations, the traffic rules. And apart from that, we have to notice some other factors which is very important in our driving. Those are the main thing is the friction. What is friction? You know very well about friction. It is a force. It is a force which is existed in between the two surfaces, right? What is the two surfaces? Example, a car tire and the road. At the bottom of the car tire and the top surface of the road, in between there is a friction. Uh, and this friction is controlling the car mainly it controls the car. If the frictionless road, it is very difficult to drive, especially if you want to drive a little bit faster. The road should support you and the tires should support you, and the mass of the car, the load of the car, many factors are there, and here we are discussing about those points, the very important points I want to discuss. You see, what are the factors will affect the driving? Rainy days, the road is wet, so the friction is less, so you have to be so careful. And smooth road surface, the surface of the road, some of the roads are very smooth, that means the friction is very small, very less, so you have to be careful on those roads. And then worn and torn tires, and if the car tires are used up for a long time and is not changed, the patterns of the tires are smooth, so certainly the friction is less and you have to be careful on driving. And curved roads, when the road is curved path, when you approach to the curved road, you need some extra force. That's what we are going to learn in this class. We need some extra force, extra frictional force is needed, otherwise our car will skid over. Okay. And then heavy load, if your car is heavier, like a lot of passengers, or you are driving the truck, big truck, which affects, it's not about the friction, but it affects uh, the driving. That means there is a factor I'm going to tell about. And the speed of the car, and if you are high speed, and then you need something more frictional force is necessary. Okay. So here you see, it is a, about the frictional force I wrote, it's a force exists in between the two surface. When we turn, that means in the curved path, turn means it is a circular path, we need some extra force. The name of the force is centripetal force. This is important, students. You see, centripetal force. This centripetal force is needed only when you are moving in a curved path, a circular path. Okay. And here, how will you provide this centripetal force to your car? Okay, we are not providing, actually we have to add something, and we have to, that is adding something means so that you can give more frictional force. The frictional force is acting as a centripetal force. Which force is acting as a centripetal force? Frictional force. Of course, if there is a frictional force, that means you are supplying centripetal force for your car, so your car is safe and your driving is safe, your passengers, your friends inside the car, everyone are safe. What are the factors would affect this centripetal force? There are three factors. This is the circular path, and here is your car, and you are in the curved path, so you need extra force. That force is called centripetal force. And uh, who is acting as a centripetal force? Which factor, which term? The frictional force is acting as a centripetal force, so you need extra frictional force. Okay. So what are the factors of frictional force? The centripetal force, mass of the car, speed of the car, and radius of the car. If you have truck, that means it is very, it's heavy, more mass, so you have to give lots of centripetal force, so you need more frictional force. So you have to care about your tires, you have to change your tires, keep good pattern on the tires, so which gives lots of frictional force, so you are safe. And speed of the car, if you are high speed, if you are in high speed, that means you have to reduce your speed. If you reduce your speed, you need a smaller centripetal force, so which your tire will supply enough centripetal force for your car. So you have to reduce your speed. And the another one, the radius. If the radius means the on the track, these are track, if you are closer to this side, that means the radius of the circle is smaller. If you are way further away, that means you have the more radius. If your radius of this circle is smaller, that means you have to give a lot of centripetal force. So always you try to go the out, means the further away from the track, so your radius will be more, so you need to supply smaller centripetal force. So better what you can do, you reduce your speed. The speed is v square, that means if you increase your speed, it affects more. So if you reduce your speed, you are safe, that means you need a smaller centripetal force. Okay students, so I think this video is a little bit longer, lengthier, so I stop here. Okay, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. If you have any doubt on this, please ask me. Thank you very much.